Hello everyone, welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you already know my content. Today we're talking about weather in Italian. Why is it important to know how to talk about weather? Well, if you're traveling or living in Italy, you might need to check the weather to plan a trip, a hike or a beach day. Or, talking about the weather, it's a classic icebreaker or a small talk topic in Italy, just like everywhere else. And finally, it can be very useful to plan your travel wardrobe. Knowing the weather helps you decide what to wear or pack for your trip. So now that you know why it's important, let's dive into how we talk about weather in Italian. In Italian, there are 4 main ways to talk about the weather. Let's break them down step by step. First, we can use a verb. Some examples are grandina, it's hailing, nevica, it's snowing, piove, it's raining. Short and simple, right? But verbs aren't the only way to describe the weather. We can also use essere plus an adjective. For example, è bello, it's nice, è ventoso, it's windy. This structure is very common when expressing general weather conditions. But what if we want to talk about how it feels? That's where our next structure comes in. For example, we can use fa plus an adjective. Fa caldo, it's hot. Fa freddo, it's cold. You'll hear Italian use this a lot in everyday conversations. But there's one more way to talk about the weather, and that's using c'è plus a noun. C'è il sole, it's sunny. C'è il vento, it's windy. C'è il temporale, there's a storm. These are the building blocks for talking about weather. Now, let's make things more fun by looking at some seasonal vocabulary. Every season has its own unique weather terms, and understanding this will help you sound more natural in conversations. Let's go season by season. Inverno, winter. We have adjectives as, for example, gelido, freezing, invernale, wintry, rigido, harsh, cupo, which is gloomy. Or we also have nouns as, for example, nevischio, sleet, grandine, hail, neve, snow, and lastly, bufera di neve, blizzard. And of course, we also have some nice idioms that we can use. It's very common to say fare un freddo cane. It's freezing cold. Literally, it's dog cold. Then another one is essere freddo come il ghiaccio, to be as cold as ice. Spring, primavera. And here we have some adjectives like mite, mild, fresco, cool, ventoso, windy, coperto, overcast. Then we also have some nouns or some verbs, as for example, piovigginare, to drizzle, acquazzone, downpour, diluviare, to pour, and then alluvione, flood. And in this case, our idioms are piovere sul bagnato, it never rains but it pours, and then essere una pioggia di critiche, to be a storm of criticism. Spring, it's all about renewal, but let's turn up the heat as we move to summer. Summer, estate, we have adjectives like caldo, hot, afoso, muggy, rovente, scorching, secco, dry, umido, humid. And then we have some nouns and verbs as, for example, brillare, shine, ardere, to burn, calore, heat, and then afa, sultriness. And some of the most famous idioms are essere sempre col sole in tasca, to always have sunshine in your pocket, a really cheerful person. And then essere un sole, to be a ray of sunshine, a really kind person. Now, after the heat of summer, autumn brings cooler days and some dramatic weather. Let's see what adjectives and verbs we have. We say autunno for autumn. And the adjectives are autunnale, autumnal, nebbioso, foggy, burrascoso, stormy, fresco, cool. Some of the nouns are burrasca, storm, uragano, hurricane, foschia, haze, and then nebbia, fog. And also in this case, we have 2 nice idioms. The first one, andare dove tira il vento, to go wherever the wind blows, to be indecisive. And the second one is parole al vento, words in the wind, meaningless promises. Wow, as you can see, we've already gone over 6 minutes in this video. I'm sure you've gotten a ton of input, new terms and expressions to learn and practice. So I've decided to split this video into 2 parts to give you time to observe everything we've covered so far. In the next video, we'll dive into a real-life conversation between 2 locals talking about the weather forecasts and how to understand them, and an engaging practical exercise to test your knowledge. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it very helpful. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Ciao, a presto!